There's still time to sink even deeper still. Allow for your breath to take you even deeper if you wish to the center of the I am that I am. Allowing for any insight, revelation, guidance, message, healing. Just by your willingness. Willingness to receive. Receptivity to spirit within. And if you're willing, just allow for the heart space to fill with gratitude, gratitude with each breath, gratitude with each exhalation, gratitude with each inhalation. Gratitude for your very life, gratitude for your very beingness. And gratitude for any insight or revelation that may have occurred and may still occur. And gratitude for any healing, transformation, demonstration that may have already occurred and may and certainly will occur. Just gratitude for the remembering of the I am that I am. As we infuse this place within us to allow it to serve us in a bigger, bolder, brighter way. It's our spiritual workout, our spiritual muscle that we have connected to in a new way, in a fresh way. Allowing for insight, revelation, divine wisdom to have its full sway in, through, and as our very lives. And so inviting you again to take in the divine, sacred, and holy breath. And with our exhalation, we return back to the physical, to the body temple, to our place within the chair. You may want to tap the fingertips together and the feet to the ground just to be sure you can feel both of those, all those. Could wiggle in the chair if you like. And when you're ready, just allow for this field that we've set in motion for healing and transformation and insight and revelation to bless each person who enters the sanctuary now, so they may receive the blessings of the blessing that each of you is. And when you're ready, just return to the room, return to the body temple. Gently allow for the outer eyelids to open when you're ready. That's, for me, the hardest part. As we return to the present moment in time. Being familiar with the sounds that we hear and the temperature. And the music will play shortly as we continue the Sunday service, celebration service. So this concludes the meditation portion of today's service. To each of you, I'm so thankful and deeply grateful for your presence. For those who are watching online as well, you have found us exactly at the right place at the right time. Blessings to all and each. Namaste.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together, we come together in the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. The love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, yeah, we come together, oh, we come together in the name of love. From every walk of life, every creed friendship we unite in honor of the God in each other. Now look at the person next to you, say namaste about you. Feel the love in a sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, yeah, we come together. Oh, we come together in the name of love. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 yeah. Everybody get up on your feet. We see the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet now. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, 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 hey. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. And my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 'Cause I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. And my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I said, my soul, welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Yeah, and your soul is welcome here. Yeah, your soul is welcome. And my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. Getting the message loud and clear. Getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our spiritual center in Redlands. Thank you to everyone joining us live in our beautiful sanctuary and to those who follow us on Facebook Live and watch remotely on YouTube. My name is James Bauckham, and it is truly an honor and privilege to welcome you to our Sunday celebration service. We are a New Thought spiritual community and all-inclusive to all the spiritual truths from all the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths. We focus on the philosophy of science of mind, which was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, who developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into our world. We honor all people from every background, all races, sexual orientations, gender expressions, and spiritual paths. No matter who you are or where you are on your journey of faith, you are always welcome here. If you are with us for the first time, please raise your hand and allow us to properly greet you. We have two in front here.
For a total of 3. Do we have 3 packets for them?
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We are delighted to have you all with us today. A gentle reminder to please silence your cell phones and place them safely away so you may participate more fully. Thank you.
Thanks, James. Okay, this is going to be our centering song. It's your chance to kind of look inside and see what's happening on the inside here. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper my God.
So I invite you to take in the divine, sacred, and holy breath. Let's breathe that in together. And upon our exhale, we release anything and everything that it took to be here in this present moment in time. Just let it go with a ah. Let anything on your to-do list also go for later in the day. Ah. Now we breathe in the divine, sacred, and holy breath again. And it feels lighter this time. We release with our exhale anything and everything that does not match all that is divine. Just let it go. With our inhalation, we breathe in the divine, sacred, and holy breath. And with our exhalation, just release and surrender anything and everything that does not match all that is sacred. Just let it go. And now we breathe in the divine, sacred, and holy breath once again. And with our exhalation, we release and surrender all that does not match all that is holy. Just let it go. And so as we return to our normal breathing pattern now, we're reminded that the power and the presence, the love, the grace, the intelligence of the universe that created you perfect, whole, complete, nothing missing, lacking, needing, or wanting is right here and right now. It's in this place. It's in this space. It is in me. It is in you. It is the truth of our beingness. Do you feel that at all? If you do, just say out loud, I am whole. I am complete. I am perfect. There's nothing to do but revel in this knowing. And that's the truth. And so we continue to pray about peace. Peace, we know, must start within, and then we can transform it into the world. So let's start with peace within. We breathe it in. We send it through the roof of our sanctuary space. We bless the city. We're going to take our blessings from the city to the entire state now. We take it from our state to the country now. Just watch it like in the ethers, peace with a capital P, the peace that passes human understanding. Spirit that knows how to make all the crooked pathways straight. Spirit that knows how to get humanitarian aid to those most in need, not only in America, but throughout the world. Now we take this peace, this energetic, that's the highest frequency, that along its way absolves into it all lower frequencies and forms of vibrations into the highest of peace, so that peace may be made manifest on earth. Take it now to all places in struggle, conflict, and strife. Know that Spirit knows to make a way to all those, and that none are forgotten. None are omitted. So we're passing the seas. We're taking it even into the skies and the galaxies as well. It should feel amazingly good to send this idea of peace, this truth of peace throughout the world, which starts from my heart, connects to your heart, connects to the hearts of all present, all within the sound of my voice. For I know that in every church, every synagogue, every mosque, every temple today, every day that they worship, they remind themselves that peace is possible on the planet. And so we join in this knowing and stand on a rock of truth, expecting it to be made so on earth in form. I send a blessing now to every world leader and invite them to change their minds, their policies, their positions toward peace with a capital P. No explanations are required. And I stand on this rock of truth, invite you to stand there with me until it is done, until it is true, until it is so. And so I continue to bless our service today. I know it unfolds with a sense of play and wonder, a sense of joy, a sense of love, a sense of surrender to Spirit within, so that each of us may receive the individualized blessing that we've come to receive, that we're expecting If we expect our highest and best good, it is Spirit's good pleasure to grant the kingdom to each person who seeks that. The universe only knows to say yes, yes, yes. Indeed, you are the beloved. You are my beloved in whom I am well pleased. If you can be with that, if that felt right to you, just say, I am. I am. I am. I am the beloved in whom Spirit is well pleased. This is the truth. Everything else, I'll call it a lie. I'll call it not the truth. And I'll let it sink away and evaporate back to the nothingness from which it came, never again to surface and reappear. Anything that no longer serves you for your highest and good, you don't need it. I'm going to invite you to surrender it into this space. It's a holy space. It's a sacred space. It's a divine space. And it's holy because we are standing on it. It's holy because we are breathing on it. It's holy because we still have work to do as individuals and as a community for good and of good. So I know everything's in order. I know that all those who have called our prayer ministry are blessed and a blessing. Just name your own name out loud, and then anybody you're holding in prayer in your heart, just name their names out loud in the sanctuary if you're willing. Brother Mart. Start with yourself. Include yourself. Brother Mart. Bonnie, Bob, Ed, Mark, Grace. My entire family. I know that Spirit knows even the names that we omitted or forgot to name. And that it is done, that there's a wholeness happening that's revealing itself even more completely now. We have 2 or more gathered with an intention to create something magnificent and wonderful, so it must occur. And I'm willing to allow it to occur. I'm willing to and expecting it to occur. And just with a joyful heart, I let it be. And invite you to say it together with me, if you feel it, and so it is. All right, so it perfectly is. And so James is going to come up now. Thank you, James, for the welcome. And now it's time for the reading, right? Let's do that.
Let expectation rise to meet you. Many times humans lower their expectations. They lower their vibration and lower their anticipation. Allowing for less than what one really wants is a confusing sign to the universe, one that stops manifestation. When one wants and desires, using that emotion to create a heartfelt emotion, that is the way. But when one desires and lessens that expectation, that heartfelt emotion goes away, and that manifestation is lost in transit. Changing one's desires is easy as long as the emotion is heartfelt. But when one accepts less than what is desired and accepts that lesser demonstration, the universe still feels it has been served. A new prayer and heartfelt feeling is needed to return to the original higher level of your expectation. Possibly less demanding and more flexible understanding will do. Holding in one's heart and mind what they truly desire. When one flip-flops in the dreams, one never knows where that new feeling will go, and sometimes it can go in the wrong direction. Stand strong in your being and wants. Continue to hold those heartfelt feelings. Continue to manifest with clarity, even when lesser arrives or manifests. Getting lesser says one is close and a sign not to give up. Allow that flow to continue into one's life. Accept what comes as everything is a lesson. And a lesson is a lesson, even in lesser form. Know that one has that radiance of opportunity. One has the upper hand and that heartfelt emotion of devotion. That one special want or need. You came to earth to succeed. It's so simple. Simply Marcus.
Okay, we're talking about universal creative spirit today, and the song is called Called to Be. So I guess you could interpret that as being called to be creative. I am called to be a healer for all humanity. I am called to be a dreamer, believe in what can be. I am called to be a maker, be an instrument of peace. I am called to be a giver, of abundance I receive. I am called to be a prayer, living out the truth I seek. I am called to be everything. I am called to be the glory here on earth, so all might see all the love and all of the beauty that shines in you and me. I am the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We're called to be. You are called to be a mother, to nurture family. You are called to be a brother, be strength in times of need. You are called to be a neighbor, see a friend in all you meet. You are called to be a leader, to build community. You are called to be a prayer, living out the truth you seek. You are called to be everything. You are called to be the glory here on earth, so all might see all the love and all of the beauty that shines in you and me. I am the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We're called to be. We are called to be the kindness, set the broken-hearted free. We are called to be forgiveness, where pain has run too deep. We are called to be compassion, be the wind beneath each wing. We are called to make communion, only then can we succeed. We are called to be a prayer, living out the truth we seek. We are called to be everything. We are called to be the glory here on earth, to be joy, called to be love. We're called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be love. We're called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be love. We're called to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, our music director, Gilman Carver.
Thank you.
Yes. And so welcome to everybody. We're going to do a second reading. James is going to make his way up here. He said, what time is the second reading? I said, it already was. So because there's no time in spirit, we're going to include it now. And from the first reading, there was an affirmation. Did you hear it? And did you? I am a success. I'm here to be a success. But I'm changing it to I am a success. Ready? I am a success. Are you? I am a success. And the second part of that first reading was, it's so simple. Is it? Let's say it. It's simple. All right. James has reading number 2 now. Thank you, James.
Okay, we have a second reading. It's by Julia Fehrenbacher. I am making a home inside myself, a shelter of kindness where everything is forgiven, everything allowed, a quiet patch of sunlight to stretch out without her released. A fiercely friendly place I can claim as my very own. I am throwing arms open to the whole of myself, especially the fearful, fault-finding, falling apart, knowing every seed and weed, every drop of rain has made the soil richer. I will light a candle, pour a hot cup of tea, gather around the warmth of my own blazing fire. I will howl if I want to, knowing this flame can burn through any perceived problem, any prescribed perfectionism, any lying limitation, every heavy thing. I am making a home inside myself where grace blooms in grand and glorious abundance, a shelter of kindness that grows all the truest things. Julia Fehrenbacher.
Thank you, James. That was beautiful. And now there's a second affirmation in there. Did you see it or hear it? I will howl if I want to. Let's do it. I will howl if I want to. Oh! We do that in our gym sometimes with our trainer. It's hilarious just to make noise because they don't like noise in the old place where we live. Yes, sir. I'd like to comment on... Already? We're commenting?
I read something in this, when he was singing that song, it brought it back. And it reminded me, the song says, we've come to be, and I am a healer, and all these other things, right? And I read something the other day that was very, that touched me intimately, because as I embarked in my work, I was really always uncomfortable with people calling me a healer, you know, because I just felt like that was such a huge responsibility, you know, one that, you know, I personally didn't want to be responsible for it. And it used to make me nervous in my work, you know, when people called me a healer. And the other day, I read something very profound anyway to me, and it said, a healer is a person who triggers another person's natural ability to change themselves and their ability to heal. So that's, you know, you never know when you're going to, you come to be that healer in what you say to someone else, you know, and people, you know, use tough love, which I personally don't condone, but it's what you say to other people that you don't even know how it's going to affect them. And so in essence, we're all healers, right? Now I can take responsibility for that. Oh.
Thank you, Rosemary. The line is, I am born to be a healer, right? I am called to be a healer is the lyric. And when Rosemary was speaking, something came to me really strong. When we can be born to be a revealer too. Like just right was you, and you finished it perfectly. We're born to be revealers of truth, of the truth within, and we can inspire by living our own lives this way. We can inspire others. We can also repel others because we're energetic frequencies, and what we're having might be too strong a cup for somebody else's liking, which is fine. And if you haven't figured it out now, we're that church that's a little bit more unorthodox. So I want to welcome the new people, and thank you so much for being here today. It was good to have you with us. And Richard in the back too. If you want us to know your first names, just let us know later or now, either way. Nelson? Ida? All right. Nelson and Ida, welcome. And Richard in the back, right? Nice to see you all. It's really an honor to have you here because there's many places you can be, including in bed, including at a brunch, including nowhere. So I never take that for granted. I want to introduce myself because there's new people. My name is Brother Mark. I'm one of the licensed practitioners here. I'm Practitioner Emeritus, which just means 20 or more years of service. So my training started in Science of Mind in 1996. I graduated the class of 2000. So when you do the math, I'm of a certain age, and practice in many Southern California centers that teach Science of Mind. So I want to just get that out there and say thank you and welcome to everybody. So today's message, do you know the topic? Who knows what it is? The universal creative spirit. And that's, yeah. We've been talking about this for the last few weeks. It's really in the teaching symbol too. The idea that spirit is everywhere present, like seed, soil, plant, spirit, soul, body, or form. Are you familiar with Science of Mind? Good. So Ida is. So it's a concept that means basically our thoughts are things. Spirit is involved in this because we're one with spirit. It goes into what we truly believe in the soul, which is like the dirt or the plant. So whatever we've planted is going to grow. And then body or plant means if we're planting a tomato seed, it's usually a tomato plant. Although in this center, it could be anything. If we, I think of the garden when we ordered white roses for our yard, some of them came with two colors in one bush. Isn't that great? It was like white and this amazing red. So it's whatever is in the soil. And so it's based on the premise that if we want to change our life, we have to change the thinking and beliefs behind our thoughts. We can weed out what's not working for us and then create a new life. And then we can just know that we're... Yes, it's so simple. Didn't that sound like... Did anybody ever see the movie Legally Blonde with Reese Witherspoon? Oh my gosh, you got to see it. There are so many good lines in there. I'm going to quote all of them as scripture. But like at the end of graduation, she was a valedictorian and she says, "We did it." You know, just like silly and simple, but it's profound and effective. So the idea of the topic again, the universal creative spirit, it's who we are, right? It's like a title. If we had business cards, like a spiritual business card, that could be our title, right? You are, and say your name, I'm the universal creative spirit, right? Isn't that true? It's like that could be our title. It could be the name of the center. We change names every, quarterly. So we look for it on a banner or sign, or just say that church, whatever, the one on the corner. The one where your soul really is welcome, right? And we think about and love all those who are not here. And it's funny because we start out and there's 11, 12 people for meditation, which is great. And then if you look around now, you're like, where'd everybody come from? Isn't it beautiful? So it's beautiful to have everybody in person because we can feel the energy from one another. And we are that universal creative spirit, right? And we are born to succeed. And we are, what's the lyric again? To be a healer? I'm called to be a healer. Are you? Are you? And you're a revealer. So even if we don't want to take the title on as healer, we could think in our mind if somebody wants to call us that, we probably can learn to accept the praise more, right? Because some of us are better at giving than receiving, knowing that we want to do a better job of receiving as well, compliments, right? And we can know in our mind's eye that when they're calling me a healer, they're really calling me a revealer. They're calling me a revealer. Just like what all the school teachers do every darn day. You find the way that works with all the individualized creative spirits that you have, and then you have to figure out Don't you have to do it individually? Yeah, they're not the same. You have to figure it out individually. How would, and Jean's like, yeah. How would what I say have any impact on this one? And don't you love when you call it the one with a capital O? Like they're each the one. When we say I am whole, complete, and perfect, that means them too. It means the person that cut us off on the freeway. And also, I'll just do a quick, I was thinking about saying it and I wasn't going to say it, but I might say it. Like, we want to watch what we don't want in this part, the soil. Because if we pay some attention to that, we can create it pretty easily. So later on, I might tell you what I created that I didn't really want, but I thought about. I did think about it. Like how long it was since I got a speeding ticket. Yeah. And then, out of nowhere, I was able to get one. It works. And then you would never guess, like the guy couldn't have been a nicer guy. Actually, what cop ever actually touches you? Like meaning, he said, I want you to pinky promise that you're going to slow down. So we did. Then at the end, he wanted, we shook hands. I'm like, nice to meet you. And then he said I was doing blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. But then he said, I'm just going to write you a ticket for 5 miles over. That's what he said. I never had anything like that happen. Isn't that weird? So also we want to weed what we don't want. Also what I want to say in this universal creative spirit is we sometimes don't affirm or pray when things are going great, when we're in the flow of good. I don't have Ida yet, but we're working on getting you here. Do you know what I mean? Like when things are amazing, when we met like the right person, when we have a work that we love, when we have peace in the family unit or at work, we could do, I think, a better job. I'm just going to say, I'm not criticizing, I'm just making a comment because I have the microphone. And I'm part of the universal creative spirit, so somebody here must want me to affirm and reveal that we could do a better job of magnifying our good as the good's happening. We can enjoy it more. Is that right? So let's just see how that sounds as an affirmation. I am willing to enjoy my life more and more and more. It's so simple. We did it. I know I'm going to get you mad. I know I won't get him mad, Ida. All right. It's good. You have a beautiful smile. And the same hair. We have similar hair. Yeah. So let's see what I brought. I did bring some things, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be good. It's coming from this little book. It started in, I think, the 40s and went last printing in the 70s. And I've been using this. And we have extra handouts in the back. You can look at all the tapes from all the talks. You're going to get a handout today, so you can just be with me. And whatever I'm reading, just know you're going to have as a handout. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to read for, but we'll see how it feels. And if somebody could just click the air on, I'd appreciate it in the front and back, so we just have a little air flowing. So the universal spirit, we only have one person who knows how to use the air. No. The universal spirit cannot recognize anything outside itself. This is from lesson VII, is that 7, right? And so you're going to get this, remember? The universal spirit cannot recognize anything outside itself. The universal creative spirit is not a person, and yet it is the root. It, with the capital I, is the root of all personality. It permeates all space just as the ether does, and being an undivided unity, all of it is present everywhere. Is everybody still with me on that? Okay. We are the universal presence as a person. We are a point where it recognizes itself as a person. We are its personality and individualization. Everybody got that? You want me to go over it again? I'm going to go a little slower, and then we might affirm it. We are this universal presence as a person. We are a point where it recognizes itself. We are its personality and individualization. Isn't that beautiful? So Spirit exists in, through, and as me. Spirit exists in, through, and as you. And that is the universal creative Spirit on earth. Yeah? Let's keep going then. Let's try an affirmation. I am Spirit as a person. It recognizing itself as me. Yes, very good. So the invisible self is infinite and without limit. It is cosmic. It is God. Here, perhaps, is one of the most difficult and abstract truths we can ever attempt to realize. It is so simple. I love that I'm repeating that from the writing. It is so simple and yet so profound. Just as there is but one energy in nature which energizes everything, and one universal ether which flows through all things, and one universal substance which takes form in all things, so there is one universal spirit at the root of every individual mind. We must learn to think of ourselves as rooted in such as infinite personalness, infinite not only in its intelligence, but in its responsiveness to us. Do you got it? It's simple. I'm rooted in spirit. So let's say I am rooted in spirit. Yeah, are you? I always ask that, Ida. Are you? Because I want you to think, am I? Good. There is one concept we must add to this. The only way the Spirit can operate for us is by operating through us. We may truthfully say that it can only know about us what we know about ourselves. And so even though we can be, like the song lyric says, called to be a healer, we can reject that message. We can't delete it. We can't double delete it. And with our free will, we can choose to reject it. I bet you there's many songwriters who have yet failed to complete their lyrics. Same with poets, artists, right? Everything, every profession. There may even be medications, right, that we don't know of that could heal us like that. However, they wouldn't make as much money for a certain manufacturer, so let's just, not, do that. I would imagine if spirit is everywhere present and in the ether, there's probably a way for us each to heal ourselves on our own. And if we do take things, treatments, we believe in that, medication, whatever it is you take. Whatever it is you take, I want you to bless it. I want you to see it with perfect assimilation and perfect elimination. That goes for all the foods we're going to eat after this too. We turn anything that looks like a donut into broccoli and let it do all the good things that broccoli does to our body after service. But this idea of perfect assimilation and perfect elimination, you caught that, right? It's with everything, because we're a temple. Your body is a temple. You've heard it before. And we don't always treat it like a temple. So I want us to think about doing that. And the root of all healing is in the subjective. It's in the soil. I read that and I highlighted it. And even though I studied for all these years, I didn't remember it until I just was preparing. I mean, I'm so happy about these last 3 or 4 weeks because it was like the first time I ever read any of this. It's sunk in at such a deeper level for me. And it is simple and it is complex because if we don't believe that we can heal ourselves, we will not heal ourselves. And if we want to take medications, herbs, whatever protocols, bless all of them, seeing them as working, being in the finished objective of them being miraculous, because in spirit, there's not a miracle. In spirit world, it's ordinary, right? There's nothing we can do to our humanness, right? We can not even if we're not alive, to spirit, we're eternal. There's nothing we can do to ourselves. Spirit's not afraid. The spirit within us, at the core of our core, is not afraid. We are always whole. We are always complete. We are always perfect. We're a masterpiece of the divine. That's the truth about us. So where am I going with this? If there was a long time ago before what led me to learn science of mind, I'll just tell briefly. I hope I could do it briefly. A person that I had a relationship with was one of the first people to pass from AIDS. It was in the 80s, like 87. And when they wanted to come home from the hospital, and I had to tell him you couldn't by the end, but the doctor, one doctor who was very famous at the time, was on a vacation, and what was really happening with the person was incontinence. You can look it up. And the doctor that was taking over for the other doctor said, I found something that will help. It helped. The person had their bags packed, ready to be checked out of the hospital, ready to come home. The other doctor comes back, and what do you think the other doctor says? Right? That's not why, that's not going to work. Back to critical care. Because that person was aligning what was going to happen to them with somebody else in spirit, right? Both doctors are part of spirit, right? Both doctors, but his soil aligned only with what the doctor was going to give as the prognosis, the diagnosis, and then to gone from now. I'm just telling the story because I think we are a universal creative spirit, so what do we want to create? What do we want to choose? And normally I don't tell like super heavy stories, but I thought in that moment it's important to share because if we want to be gone, we can make that happen. That's why some people, like that in long-term relationships especially, have you ever seen when one person goes and the other person just doesn't really know they want to stay here? They can go. And some can live a very successful, many years later, but it takes some work and thought to say and choose. I want to stay. I was born to be a healer, or what is the line again? I was called to be a healer. And there's still more life purpose, right? So you get the idea of all this, right? We are the universal creative spirit. Isn't it fun that we're not all the same? Yeah, I remember hearing a tape of a Barbra Streisand concert. She was hilarious, and she was doing a fundraiser. And she said, she wanted people to give more money because she said some notes are longer so you could charge more. You can use that in the Ukraine concert. Isn't that hilarious? She goes, some notes last a long time, so they're worth more. That's part of that creative spirit that individualizes each of us. And let's see if there's anything else from the notes. I'm feeling like we're almost complete with this. So there's a line, and I wrote the word Judith down because we spoke about this last week with the micro and the macro. And I'm just going to see if this rings to you like it rang to me when I read it. We must realize that the nature of being, that's with a capital B, is such that we cannot attain our highest concept of personality other than by identifying our personality with a universal wholeness. Isn't that beautiful? So you are walking around as universal wholeness. There's no place where spirit is not. There's no place where God is not. Whatever word you want to put in there for God is fine. There's no place in the ethers where this power and this presence, this love, this grace, this universal intelligence is not. It's always for us. Somebody had a T-shirt the other day. And I don't know the right. It was from Psalms, but it said that spirit and that person. If spirit is for me, who can be against me? Duh. Right? That's something really helpful. It's so simple, and it's not. It's simple, and it can be complex. So if we can take that idea that if your calling card says universal creative spirit, what can be against us? Now, some things can be challenging. I still have challenges, and sometimes I respond, sometimes I wait. And I encourage people to wait, because when we're really mad, usually the best things don't come out. And so I'm still waiting on some things I'm working on. And then usually Spirit can give some ideas and more things will open up. And then take the action step as universe, because we're basically commanding what we want to be so in our life. That's what our prayer work is. It's a declaration. It's like in England when, there's a birth. They take the scroll. Your prayer work is reading a declaration to the universe of what you are commanding. It's by your command, by your declaration. All right. I think it's time to wrap this one up. Does anybody have anything? Did you get something on universal creative intelligence? All right. So we say here a lot of times, it's kind of like a cheesecake. I'm going to give you the reading. You take it home. You can pass it out whenever you want. It's something you take home, and you may just be with a sentence or two, right? That might be all you need for the day. So we say here, sometimes it's like a cheesecake. When we take a bite and it's good, if we ate the rest of it, it'd be too much. So we're doing it like a cheesecake today. So I'm going to have to do this one thing, and then I'm going to go to the closing. So as an individual, every person, every one of us is an individualized center of God consciousness, surrounded by a spirit of self-knowingness and a law which executes this self-knowingness with mathematical certainty. We use the law in such a way as to cause it always to produce freedom, joy, happiness, and success for ourselves and others. Inspiration, revelation, and human experience have proved that the best way to do this is to think of ourselves as rooted in the infinite, rooted in love, and whatever stands for goodness or for that which is constructive. Did you catch that? I'm going to try to close with this. If you agree, say with me, I am rooted in spirit. I am rooted in the infinite. I am rooted in love. I stand for goodness, and I stand for all that is constructive. Did you receive it? Yes. So we'll just let our hearts fill with gratitude. I'll know there's much more that I will share as another time. For now, the cheesecake, for me, tasted pretty good. We got to the chocolate sauce and a half a strawberry on there. Turned it into broccoli, and it was so simple. And so it is. Thank you, everybody. Love you. All right, Gilman. Do you have like a couple song lyrics, and we're going to go to the offering. The ushers are coming forth. Whatever you like.
Just the lyrics.
Whatever you like.
Called to be a healer for all humanity. I'm called to be a dreamer, believe in what can be. I'm called to be a maker, be an instrument of peace. I'm called to be a giver, of abundance I receive. You are called to be a mother, to nurture family. You are called to be a brother, be strength in times of need. You are called to be a neighbor, see a friend in all you meet. You are called to be a leader, to build community. We are called to be the kindness, set the brokenhearted free. We are called to be forgiveness, where pain has run too deep. We are called to be compassion, be the wind beneath each wing. We are called to make communion, Only then can we succeed.
Thank you, Gilman. So I have two scriptures before the offering from Psalm 150. Let everything that breathes praise God. From Hebrews 11, 1-3. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. By faith, our ancestors received approval. By faith, we understand that the worlds were prepared by the word of God, so that what is seen was made from things that are not visible. And so the ushers are coming forth. It's time for our giving, our conscious giving. I placed a sign in the back. I wanted to start doing collections for the Ukraine fundraiser. So after the normal giving, if you want to do extra giving in the acrylic box, it's for our Ukraine fundraiser. And 100% of those proceeds go to Ukraine. So know that the same portal from which we give is always the same portal from which we receive. We want to be a better acceptor of compliments, and we want to be a better receiver of funds and a better and wider giver of funds. So I invite you to take your tithes, your gifts, and offerings. We bless them. And we say this affirmation, if you agree, line by line. From the love of pure spirit within me,
Love of pure spirit.
I bless this gift.
I bless this gift.
I send it forth to heal
Send it forth
and
to
bless
heal
and prosper.
prosper.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
Evidence of my faith. And
It
my
does great work in the world,
great work in the world.
and it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
Returns to me multiplied abundantly.
It's so simple. And so it is.
Thank you for giving. Thank you for receiving. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for breathing. Thank you for believing. Thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing, and you are a vessel of that love. So thank you for caring. Bless you for your sharing. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are.
And so I invite the congregation to outstretch our hands toward the offerings received. We know they're sufficient. Continue to continue the work of this center for the next 70 years. It's been here 70 years, can you believe it? And the charter's signed by Holmes in the office if you want to take a look at that. And so it is. Yes, and thank those who are watching remotely. David will put in the chat how you can contribute. Let us know from where you're watching. And thank you, everybody, for your love and kindness, support, attention. And James, you're going to do the announcements for us. There's just a few. Come on up.
All right, I've got the announcements for today. Today is Sunday, September 15th. Our first announcement is invite your families and friends to attend the Gilman and Friends Fall Concert fundraiser, with 100% of the proceeds benefiting our two sister church centers in Ukraine. This will be on Friday, September 27th, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. for the potluck dinner, with the concert starting at 6:30 p.m. Please share the 3 links on your personal social media pages if you like. You can see David from the sound booth, or me. I have the links. Secondly, stay with us after the service for potluck snacks and fellowship, and thank you for being here with us today. Lastly, you are invited to rise up if you wish for the closing song as the ushers open up the back doors. Thank you.
I used to think I would always be alone, separate, misunderstood. I spent my days in quiet desperation. On the outside, things looked good. Then I discovered the error of my thinking, the lie at the base of all my fears. so simple that it turned my world around. Why did it take so many years? Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes. Help me out with the vocals. I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide open. There is no separation, no matter what it looks like. No separation, no matter what they say. No separation except what I imagine. And I imagine separation's gone away. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. And I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide. A little bit louder now. I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. And I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. Wide open. Wide open. Wide open. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. See you next week.